Hello, what's up? All right, so it looks like I have 27 minutes and 53 seconds. All right, so I just did a first video earlier. It wasn't my very first, but first for tonight. And I was like, all right, after I finish this, I'm gonna go play a little bit and like watch an episode of Survivor Marquesas, and then I'll be back. I don't know why like this side of my face is like frozen. All right, anyways, so I was like, I'm gonna do another video, and then all of a sudden I got so hot and like nervous. I don't know why, cause like I was just thinking about some stuff. Pretty much like I was just thinking about um so I'm going through like a weight loss journey for like 7 years now. And I notice like the little things that kind of work against it. And like I notice like I'm like sleeping or like laying down a lot. And then I just kind of think about the stories that my cousin used to tell me. And it was basically about like jobs where you have to like do a really long shift or something. He would like tell me these stories, and then he's like my favorite cousin. And I would think about like COs, like correctional officers, and like pretty much their job is to just like shut you in your cell, and then they kind of just sit at this like station in the middle of the pod, and they're just sitting there for like 18 hours like when the inmates sleep. And I kind of just wonder like what they do, or like what do they do the whole time, or like what do they think about. And like I kind of wonder if they think it's a boring job or if they like it, or some men actually like that, like sitting around or sitting down and just kind of like thinking, or like being in your own thoughts, like ruminating and stuff. I don't know. He would tell me these stories about it because like shit happened to him, right? And then I was just thinking about like, all right, John, like, okay, so you're finally on your own. You're in the Philippines by yourself, and like some stuff happened with my friends, like in the US. I kind of didn't tell them I was moving here, and they kind of just found out when I had mentioned it to a friend online. And maybe like I kind of think we're not friends anymore, but maybe they just want to be like internet acquaintances and stuff, and like maybe they check your Facebook like now and then just to see what's up with you and how you're doing in life. So I was kind of just thinking, I don't know where I'm going with this. Kind of like uh, I don't know, just doing videos and like doing social media, because like I kind of like or prefer when my posts are made public and like everyone can see it, like the whole internet can see it. And then I kind of like what James said. I kind of don't feel like I'm like being cornered like on the internet, and like people are like regaling me with like questions about like my personal life and stuff. Cause I noticed like some people do that, or they're like trolling or something. But anyways, oh, it was about like my weight loss and like laying down and like just basically like I got a really good rest last night, apparently, because like I'm in a good mood. And then I'm trying to just kind of like seep into this, or like linger this like good feeling for as long as I can. Kind of like right now, I think it's like 11, 12, or 1 in the morning or something like that. And then, when I was younger, I used to wonder like who the dudes were that were like renting RPGs from like Blockbuster and like the Korean video game store in SF. I used to wonder who they were, and for some reason I just kind of feel like it's like 30-year-old white guys or something, or like cops or something, because I noticed they would have this like level 64 game file, and they beat the game, an RPG, in like 3 days, and it took them like 60 hours or something, and I'm like, who stays up for 3 days and like just plays the game? But like, I don't know if it's true, it's just like what I've concluded, but like, I don't know if it's true, but who knows. But looking around San Francisco, you see a lot of dudes like that. So, and then I don't know. In the '90s, it would kind of make sense if it was like a rookie cop and he had to stay awake for like 3 days or like a whole week, and then like he just needed something to do when he gets, or when he's not being called in. You know, like, I don't know. This is the kind of stuff I think about, or like I've concluded too. But so I'm just gonna try to stay up tonight just because I kind of feel like it, and like my gummet isn't like fucking with me tonight. Gummet just means like, I don't know. You have to know it or you don't, because like I was gonna say in the like, previous video, like when Spanish speaking people like go into their Spanish and then go back to English, I'm like, ooh, like that was kind of cool. And then so I'm trying to do that. All right. So I have a lot of stories like in my head that I want to tell, but mainly this video is about video games, obviously, and then how I kind of want to start or expand my social media, just because like, I don't know, I'm just interested in it because it seems fun, it seems like an art project, and like I do have like a creative side when it comes to the computer. And then I was kind of thinking about like starting a trend where you kind of put like your confessional down here, so it would say like John, art student, like San Marcelino, Philippines, or like whatever, you know. And then I don't know, I just kind of want to, because I notice it with like guys my age. I don't know why, like in a few of my like friends and stuff, or like people I've met online, like they seem a little bit like scared or like paranoid to like go online and stuff. And I don't know, I'm in the Philippines, I feel pretty safe here, you know, like my neighbor is probably Filipino, so if you're from the US and you feel like you have to stay anonymous and stuff, and like you don't want to reveal who you are, then I don't know, you know, like I did like kind of feel a little bit that way too, but when I was feeling that way, it was like to the extreme, and like I got like help for it. So I don't know, and I tried to like shave a little closer and like sit a little closer. So there's just, well, let's just dive right into it so we can get this video. I kind of want to do more. Alright, so the first game I'm going to show is Secret of Mana. Like, this game, I think, encompasses my childhood the best. Just because, like, I think when I was a kid, I was always running around and, like, yeah, we didn't have weapons or anything, but, like, it just seems like that kind of free-for-all kind of game. Like, you're a character and you have two friends, and then you just kind of run around on the field fighting enemies, jumping around, killing stuff with weapons and stuff. And then there's like a real lack of like text, and they could kind of get away with that back in the day, or like just the game didn't have too much text, so you kind of had to figure out what to do. And so a lot of the time I was running back and forth, trying to see like where I'm supposed to go to next, stuff like that. So I feel like Secret of Mana really encompasses my childhood. Like when I was going through elementary school at Alamo, I was just running around nonstop, playing all the time. And that school was mostly about like social, like the kids playing around and stuff instead of like academics. So I kind of felt like I was like the king of the playground almost. And after school, I would even go to the park or the playground and like have other friends aside from school and stuff. So it was really fun. And then, should I just show the games real quick? Alright. And then the second game I want to show is LUNAR. This is the Sega CD version. And I actually traded it online for a complete in-box Final Fantasy III Super Nintendo. Because I was so into LUNAR when I was younger. I think it was because it was the 90s. And I was just getting into anime with like Sailor Moon and like stuff. And then I was like, oh my god, this game has like anime cutscenes and stuff. So I saw it in a magazine and then I was like, I have to get this game. So I did get the game for Sega CD, but I didn't have a Sega CD. So it took me like years until I could find a working one. And in like 2016, I actually ordered one from Amazon and I finally got to play LUNAR and LUNAR 2 Sega CD. And I was like, wow, magical, blown away. It was so much, it was so cool and it was so much fun. And I only got to play it once each, and that was more than enough for me. And I'll always remember that experience and I'll always treasure that memory of playing it for the first time. So, but this version isn't my total favorite. My all-time favorite, always favorite, has to be the PlayStation 1 version. Just because that was the one that I grew up with and I always played it when I was a young teenager. So that game has always been in my life. And like at the height of my obsession, I used to play it once a year every Christmas because it was like tradition in my home. I used to always say that. But then I've kind of just like been like, okay, John, let's like put LUNAR aside and focus on other endeavors. And then the last one isn't a game, but it's Survivor. And these two hobbies are like my main obsessions in lives. Pretty much, I'm an RPG player and like I love Survivor. And I remember the first time hearing about Survivor, I was in a car or on a car ride, and I think we were in like either California or Nevada, and then I heard it on the car radio that they were gonna put people on an island and they were gonna try to like play a game and like survive, and I was like, ew, this sounds mysterious. And I watched it in a motel room in Barstow, the first episode, and I was like, oh, that was kind of sad, like the first episode, because of who got voted off. I won't spoil it, but yeah, I was like hooked this whole time. I still watch it now. I still keep up with it, all the new seasons and stuff. And when I'm bored and I'm like taking a break from RPGs, I always pop on an episode of Survivor just because like it kind of takes me back to my roots of how I grew up and like the kind of person I am, kind of like for one night 88th Street, like gang signs, like just with the homies on the block, just like chilling and stuff. And then, yeah, like high school, early high school, a lot of sophomore year and stuff. When like you're kind of just trying to figure out or find out yourself, like who you really are and like what are you and like what you are, and like you would see all the punk kids and like the athletic crowd and like the popular kids, rich kids, but me, I didn't really have like a thing. I was just normal, and then I was just be dressed in a hoodie, a zip up hoodie, and like jeans, and then like I used to pretend I was like high because I used to watch MTV a lot, and I thought the druggies were cool, so I used to pretend I was high and like on drugs or something, but I really wasn't. So that was like my thing in high school. Um, but yeah, everyone who knows me is I never miss an episode. And I finally did miss a few episodes though. It was, I think South Pacific was the first time I missed like entire seasons and stuff. But then I got back into it. And no matter where you are, like you always notice Survivor's on the TV, and you're like, whoa, Survivor's like following me around, or like, oh my god, I can't believe Survivor's still on. So yeah. And I did play a little bit of Atelier Sophie and the Mysterious Book, and it pretty much plays just like a regular Atelier game. And I noticed they say Atelier instead of Atelier, but like, I don't know. I took French in high school, and my French teacher was like, always just say the silent letter. So I say Atelier. And I don't know how they say Atelier, because that would be ATL, Atelier, Atlier. I don't know why they say Atelier. And I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say Atelier. And then, just from doing and watching back the first video, I kind of noticed I'm acting a little bit different. Like, I'm not so, like, nervous, and like either I'm out of my head or in my head more. I can't really describe it, because like sometimes when I would talk, I would like make comments on what I just said and stuff, and I notice I'm just more like casual and stuff. So yeah, I did play Atelier Sophie, and I played a little bit of Katamari Forever for PS3. And Katamari is like such a throwback for me, because I remember, I believe it came out on the PS2 for the first time, and my friends and I would be like, oh my god, there's this really weird Japanese game where you like roll around a ball and stuff gets stuck to it and stuff, and it gets bigger and bigger. And so yeah, that was kind of a throwback to play Katamari. And then I almost kind of like it because it has a lot of items, and they like spell out what the item is on the screen. And I've been coming to love like items and stuff, because like as a single guy living alone, like it was really hard for me to figure out what I needed for the house, like cleaning supplies or like toothbrushes or whatever, or even stuff like washcloths and stuff, or like all the little shitty knick-knack things that you need to like keep your house together and stuff. So like games like that focus on items like Atelier or Atelier and Katamari and stuff, so that really like helps me kind of figure out what I really need to like maintain a house or a household. And then yeah, I was gonna mention stuff about cooking, because cooking is really hard too. I mean, here I do have katulong, which is like workers or like house staff and stuff, and they're kind of like maids that like kind of clean and stuff like that, or cook. It's really helpful. But at the same time, like, they really only know how to cook Filipino food. So, like, when I learn or notice that they're cooking a certain something in the game, I kind of look up how to make it, like the recipe, and I cook with them and kind of teach them what I like to eat. So that's kind of fun. And actually, I want to go on and on about having maids, because it really is so helpful. Like, I can just stay in my room and game all day, and I know the house is gonna be like okay. Cause like um, when I used to live by myself in America, like it was really hard for me. I was really lonely and like really depressed and like keeping up with like household stuff was like really not what I wanted to do all day when I was at home. So whenever I had to like wash a dish, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I want to kill myself" and stuff. Which I know sounds so bad, but yeah. But like, I don't know, it gives me more time to like game if I don't have to do laundry, fold clothes, wash the car even, you know. And then like, I don't know, just for people to get a better idea of who I am. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but I notice people love like traveling and stuff, and like people from America going to other places and stuff. Or maybe it's just my YouTube algorithm, but I noticed that a lot. And then here, I was kind of thinking like when I used to play games or RPGs when I was a teenager, I used to think about money a lot in the US. And like even as a high schooler, I used to think about money all the time and how I never had any. And like I was always like, I wish um, getting money was as easy as killing monsters in these games, you know, but it's obviously not like that. But here, like, I'm not gonna go into details, but it's almost kind of like I have like an infinite money glitch and stuff, and like I can kind of just live really comfortable, and like it's always been my dream to just kind of like live by myself in the woods and just play games and kind of learn stuff about it, like um, I don't know, either lores or just like learning, not even that, I take that back, but it's like kind of learning, taking stuff from the game that you wouldn't really think you would learn anything about or learn from, like the items and stuff, and being like, oh, they have strawberry shortcake in this game, and you're like, strawberry shortcake, that's something IRL, like I can go buy some right now, so it kind of like connects in that weird way. And then kind of like stuff like that. This is why when I was playing Star Ocean 2, I used to focus on the food items and cooking. Just because it's something IRL and something that you can take away from the game that you can use in real life. Even if it seems so dumb, like if people are like, John, if you want to learn how to cook, just like look it up. But like, I kind of want to take stuff from RPGs and stuff. I don't like just looking up random recipes. I think it's like cheating. But you can do whatever you want to do. Like, you know. And then, yeah. Uh, what else can I say in these like 4 minutes? Nothing. Just that everything is going fine here. Everything's nice. My dogs are doing good, and like I'm not so crazy anymore. Like I'm listening to everything my doctor said, and she was like, you need to, I know she sounds so out of touch, but she was like, you need to talk to people face to face more, which I know I feel is a little controversial just because, I mean, the way things are going now, I mean, couples have sex online, like they just video call each other. And then she seems a little out of touch, but I kind of get what she means. So it's nice to have like Filipino people here that I can talk to day to day and feel like I have friends or even familia or something. So that's really nice. And I felt really good when I deleted AIM or like Discord. I don't know why. And then, the dogs are always therapeutic, and I've been doing push-ups. I know that's like the number one exercise in correctional. You know, the inmates just do push-ups all day and stuff. So I've been trying to do that. Look, I have this now. I don't know if you can see it, but I never used to have this. If you check my previous videos on this channel, I never had this, but now I do. And then my thoughts are more, not even positive, but they're just nice, you know, like, and I feel like I'm learning something, like, from just thinking, like, about, like, how I want to approach things in the future. And then now, like, I got a driver, and he can drive me around here in the Philippines, and I can go out more and have more day trips and like eat good food instead of just like house food, which is just like rice and like ulam and stuff. But like, you know, stuff I'm used to, like pizza and like burgers and stuff, that gives me a little bit more energy. So when I exercise, alright. Man, every time I'm like talking, it seems like it just like whizzes by, but the upload takes forever. Anyways, thanks for watching this video or hanging in there in this video for me. Take it easy.